Hey, so Astrid, Layla, and I just got back from staying at a really cool Airbnb. And I thought about doing a video on Airbnbs because I get asked questions on Airbnbs pretty often. This place is really cool, by the way. It was designed really well. We stayed in Palm Springs. It was just kind of like a little getaway. We were still working from there, and Astrid was studying for a master's still, but really cool property. And there's a few things I want to go over with Airbnbs. One is design. If you want to have a successful Airbnb, it needs to have a nice design. It needs to be well furnished. It really helps the vacancy rates. So if you're going to have an Airbnb, a successful Airbnb, design it really well. This place is really cool, mid-century modern, and it had a unique design, and that's what drew us to it. And they probably get more money than the average Airbnb. Number two, know the local ordinances. San Diego is coming out with a new ordinance for Airbnbs. It's likely going to go into effect July of 2022, and it's going to greatly limit the number of Airbnbs in San Diego. It's going to cap it at 1%. Mission Beach is excluded from that. They're going to be capped at 30%. And while 30% sounds like a lot, it's estimated that over 50% of the homes in Mission Beach are used as Airbnbs. There's a lot of information on this ordinance. There's a 4-tier system. If you're trying to get a permit, it's going to be a lottery system to get a permit, and a permit's required for all Airbnbs. But again, there's a tier system, and the biggest category that's going to be affected is full-time Airbnbs. So if you're someone who lives in your home and you occasionally Airbnb your property when you're going out of town, that is going to be much easier to get a permit than it is to have a full-time Airbnb. So if you have any questions on the ordinance itself, reach out to me. But again, know your local ordinances. That's number two. And number three, the property itself. There's a lot of things that go into picking a successful Airbnb, but think about when you actually use Airbnb. You're looking at the location is really important, and then the functionality, the design, that's also really important. And then the last thing is know the property. If it's in an HOA, if there's an HOA for the property itself, make sure that it's not against the rules to do vacation rentals on it. I've heard stories of people buying property to Airbnb it, and it's actually against the HOA rules, and then they get fined, or they're just not able to do the vacation rental scenario, and obviously they're banking on that. So my whole thing, again, design it well, know the local ordinances, and then third, make sure that it's within the HOA rules if it is a property with an HOA. But anyway, if you have any questions, reach out to me, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have.